Hello YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a counting mechanism, and I'm going to be using this for a kind of game thing where I make a game out of wiring tools and stuff. I'm going to put this here, we'll see what's for later. And I'm going to have a subtraction mechanism, an addition mechanism, and I'm gonna get down the storage mechanism so this will remember all the numbers and stuff. So now I'm gonna have 9 bits of information stored, and each memory circuit is 2 blocks long, so this will need to be 18 long. So now that that's done, we need to get the actual circuitry into place. And now we need to wire it all up. And now that everything is wired up, we can go on to the next part, which is an addition mechanism. Before that, we're gonna put down a thing for input-output. At the end, there needs to be an OR gate, but most of these should be XOR gates. And we should put an inverter here. And we need to wire all of this up. So next we want to put on an addition mechanism, which is what this green area is for. You can set each of these delays to be something short. And we're going to put down a bunch of AND gates next to them like this. We need to chain these delays together. And we need to make each of the delays an input of this AND gate. We actually don't need this last bit right here. We need to make each of these XOR gates into one of the inputs. I'm gonna put a little bit extra on for the 0. Now what this big line of delays is just a line of checking which one is the last number, so then it can set the next number to be turned on, which is kind of hard to explain. Just go with it. And Now we're gonna add a subtraction mechanism. Make sure the delays you have are ordered the other way around. I usually rotate them so they're indicative of which way they're linked. Now put on AND gates. We need to make all of these output areas to other inputs of this AND gate. So now we need to get the last parts of this mechanism in place. So this detects where it's supposed to add, and we need to make that actually add on to something once it triggers. So what we're gonna do is this AND gate should fire when the plus button or just any way to add to this is fired, and it has 0, this number stored as 0. So then we're gonna have this go over here, and that sets the value to 1. And if the value is 1 when the addition function is called, then it sets the value to 2. So this is basically what all of this is doing. Let's fill that in. And for this negation section where it subtracts, it will check if this is the highest number, and if it's highest number and the subtract thing is called, then we need to make it like subtract 1, which would be turning off the highest number point. So we need to take the output of this and send it to its rows inverter. Now something we want to do is have a button that gives a really short pulse, and we can't always control the length of a pulse before we put it in. So we're going to have a certain input area that shortens the pulse for us. So no matter how long the pulse is, it doesn't mess it up. It just has to be fired. So the way you make a pulse shortener is you get a repeater, and you set time on to be however long you want the pulse to be. And I'm going to make it pretty short, like pretty much instant. And then you make time off as long as you can. So then we're going to put a repeater there. And we're going to make sure the output of this repeater goes to here. And we have to bring the output of that repeater all the way over here. Now, this output section is pretty much showing which number is there. So all of these areas are on, and it's determined that, so basically how it works is, if one of them's on, it means it's at least higher than that part, and it keeps checking it, and if it's like the highest thing that's in it becomes on. Now something we don't have right now for like this kind of thing is something that will like reset everything. So we need to put a bunch of OR gates in here, and we need to remove the input of this inverter and we need to make the input of it the output of this OR gate. And we need to make all the original inputs of the inverter inputs of this OR gate, so let's go do that. Want to add an extra kind of input thingy on, and what this will be is one to set the whole thing to 0. So we're gonna have the time on be really short and time off be large, and we need to make this turn everything off, so let's do that. So as a little test, we're gonna add some buttons onto here. I'm gonna quickly wire them up. Now what this button should do is reset all of these. So let's go do that. Okay, why isn't it working? That's not supposed to happen. Let's try making this a little bit longer. Okay, that's... Hey, wait a minute, I see what's happening. So, these are stuck on, even though they shouldn't be. So we just gotta click them one more time to reset them back to green like they should. And that was a glitch I mentioned in one of my, the first video. So let's try adding. And you can see with this add button, right now, it's at this point, and if we click it again, it switches to this. And we do that again, and it keeps going up. And if we click this negative button, the output goes down. And what we can use this for is like a system where you can have a number be shown, and then you like click a button and the number shown goes up a little. And I've actually done that before as a test for this video, so I'm gonna quickly save this. Oh, it's right there. It's right here. You can see that display. It's not as clean as this one, and it's not opening. Hold on. So here's a counter thing. If I press this button, it changes to 1. Press it again, it goes to 2. And then press it again, it goes to 3. And now this could be used as a point counter for a game. So that, I originally designed this to like test for that sort of thing. So that was a tutorial. Thank you for watching. I'll release more parts where we continue developing this into a playable sort of game.